Welcome to Bosco Campus Vision YouTube channel of Kottayam Don Bosco College. I am Ranier, faculty member of PG Department of English. This time I am here with the paper European Fiction, which is the elective paper for MA English Semester 3 students under Kerala University. In this video lecture, I am discussing the novel The Piano Teacher written by Elfriede Jelinek. In the previous class, I had already given an introduction to this particular novel, The Piano Teacher, and in addition to the introduction, I had mentioned the major characters presented in this novel. In today's video lecture, I am discussing the summary of the novel. Before that, I would like to remind you about the novel. This novel is originally written in Austrian language under the title Klavierspielerin. That is, it is translated by Joachim Neugroschel. This novel was first published in 1983. So it is considered as the semi-autobiographical psycho-sexual masterpiece of Elfriede Jelinek. It discusses the theme of repression and sadomasochism. And in the same class, in the previous class itself, I had mentioned the two major characters in this novel, Erika Kohut and Walter Klemmer. Erika Kohut, she is the protagonist of the novel. She is a 40-year-old sexually and emotionally repressed piano teacher. And when it comes to Walter Klemmer, he is the hero of the novel. He is a 17-year-old engineering student, and as the novel progresses, he became the student of Erika Kohut. So these two are the major characters of this novel. So now let us continue the novel with its summary. The novel Piano Teacher is set in the background of Vienna during the time of 1980s. 38-year-old Erika Kohut is a pianist lived with her domineering mother. She teaches piano at Vienna Conservatory. Mother wants to make her daughter a famous concert pianist. Through that, she wishes to achieve wealth and social status. Erika is a fatherless, and that is why her mother internalized the male position of power. Despite all her mother's dreams, Erika was not a brilliant pianist. Erika's identity is fragmented and incomplete. She is alienated and sexually repressed. To discourage her daughter's interest in men, her mother forbids her from wearing makeups and buying pretty things for herself. So, Erika is subjected to the emotional, psychological, and sexual repression. Erika is subjected to the restrictions of a curfew and a dress code enforced by her mother. Sometimes they had physical torture between Erika and her mother. It is often happened as part of quarrels. So despite their disagreements, Erika is in many ways her mother's daughter. There is a positive bond between them as a mother and a daughter. After big quarrels, mother used to console her and says everything she does is motivated by love. These words move Erika a lot. Erika has a dark sexual urges. She fails to repress it. After the piano classes, she begins to secretly visit the peep shows in the red light district of the city. He often went out to watch live sex. Some other days, she goes to watch brutalizing sadomasochist movies and then into a dangerous world of spying on lovers in the late night. She goes to the booths at a local sex shop to watch pornography, fishing cement-soaked tissues from previous visitors out of the wastebasket and holding them over her motionless face. Once, she witnessed the sex of couples in a car, and by hearing the moaning sound, she crouches and urinates. Anyway, these sex shows and porn films provide nothing for Erika in a way of erotic pleasure. So she cuts her genitals to feel some sort of sensation. She used to make several cuts and incisions in various parts of her body. Once, Erika happened to see an engineering student, Walter Klemmer. He is a 17-year-old, handsome, talented and athletic boy who later became her piano student. Initially, she didn't like him, but later he was attracted to her. At one point, when Klemmer's girlfriend tried to flirt with him, Erika punishes her by putting smashed glass pieces into her coat's pocket. So at that time, her hands got wounded and bled. So this incident shows Erika has a strong affair towards this Walter Klemmer. That is why she tried to wound Klemmer's girlfriend. Erika's first sexual experience with Klemmer is in a lavatory of the conservatory. The second is in the cleaning staff's toilet. In the second time, Klemmer was aggressive and forces her to do sex. Erika demands sadomasochistic rituals from him. She shuts him in her room and makes him read her sexual fantasies from a letter. She sees love as a means of rebellion or escape from her mother. So she seeks complete control in the relationship. Her repeated control and tensions made him uncomfortable and eventually he beats and rapes Erika in her apartment. On that very next day, when she visits Klemmer in the venue of a concert, he laughs at her and went his own way with his friends. That is, he completely denies her. Then she took out the knife from the bag and stabs herself on the shoulder. After that, she returns. So that is the end of the novel. Maybe at the end of the novel, there is a scene, she stabs herself on her shoulder. So, from her body, blood comes out. By doing so, also, she wants to take pleasure from this painful activity. So, that is the end of the novel, The Piano Teacher. So, my dear students, I hope you understood so far, especially the summary of the novel, The Piano Teacher. Please do the homework and send me through WhatsApp. Let's discuss the critical analysis of this novel in the coming class. Thank you. Have a nice time.